Hey all, and welcome to Really Ill Britain. Folks, tonight I've got another beer from Pokertree Brewing Company, and it's their Seven Sisters, their Treacle Oat Stout. Now, let me tell you, as an Irishman, I absolutely love my stouts. I brew as well, and I brew a winter warmer treacle stout, 7.8%. And for me, that is outstanding. This was the beer I originally seen from Pokertree Brewing Company. It must have been back now about 6 months ago, and I really wanted to get my hands on it, and now I have. This brewery is in County Tyrone, in Ireland. So, this sounds absolutely fantastic because usually within stouts, when you add oats, it gives it that nice creaminess. And treacle and roasted malts work well together. So for me, this is the first time I've ever had a treacle stout with oats, or let's say an oat stout with treacle put in it. So we're going to crack this bad boy open. We're going to see exactly what this beer's like. So it has a good hiss on it. And folks, look at that. Look at the smokiness rolling off that beer. Absolutely fantastic. Let's go straight in with the pour. So, this beer is pouring with good carbonation. This beer has been chilled. Okay. It's pouring a deep, deep black colour, which is actually quite thick, folks. It's a 2-finger head, which is mocha colour in coffee. Tightly packed bubbles. Okay. And that's just fizzling away. But look at that. That beer is jet black. It's got a little tint just at the bottom of a light chestnut kind of colour. We're going to go straight in with the nose. Oh, the first thing you get is this big, deep roasted malt. You get burnt brown bread. You're getting light treacle. Absolutely smells really delightful, folks. You're also picking up, it's like burnt oak wood. But definitely big roasted malts. There's a light bit of dark chocolate, and also there's a little bit of like blackberry. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's possibly with the yeast. We're going to go straight in. Cheers. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God. What have we got here, folks? The first thing you get is this massive, and I mean massive, roasted malt kick. And it's right up in your face. There's smoky wood, very much like oak. Roasted malts. There is like burnt brown bread crust, like batch bread. You get dark chocolate. You have this wonderful porridge oat creaminess of the beer, what absolutely cuts through the sharpness and the bitterness of the hops and the malts. And then what you start to develop is a light treacleness to the beer, which is masked by licorice and also molasses, deep brown sugar. For an oatmeal stout, or an oat stout with treacle in it, the bitterness in the beer is quite intense, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is coming from Northern Brewer hops, and that's been used as a bitter hop. And possibly Cascade as well, because what Cascade does is it gives that kind of sharp bitterness just to the end of the beer. But it works really, really well. I'm very, very impressed. Excuse me. What's the finish like? The finish is big roasted malts, which then leads to wonderful creaminess, which intercepts all these hops and malts, which then goes on to quite a light but dry roasted coffee with a chocolate bitterness. Folks, what do I give Pokertree Brewing Company for their Seven Sisters, their Treacle Oat Stout? This to me, again, is another delightful stout. This is a stout you want to drink this time of year, Christmas time, winter time, and it warms the cockles of your heart. So for me, it's a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. What would make this a 10 out of 10 beer? I think it's over carbonated. Whereas when I had the Red Earl, what happened was the carbonation completely disappeared and the malts rolled on the tongue. This is still quite, the Seven Sisters is still quite carbonated. But I think to smooth this beer out even more would be to add more treacle to it, because that treacle would give it a deeper sweetness to the beer, and what it would do, it would ease down on the bitterness of the malts, but more so the hops being used. But you know, another example of a good stout from an Irish company, that's Pokertree Brewing Company in County Tyrone. Folks, get it, buy it, try it, review it, and let me know what you think. A great winter beer. Cheers. Slamacara.